Hello Africa, welcome to it. I'm your jersey number 10, Thomas of Mlambo, and strap yourselves in because tonight it's going to be conversation, it's going to be debate, it's going to be argument, it's going to be the topics that you want to know most about, and we will start the show by discussing 10 years of Gianni Infantino as president of FIFA and what he's done for Africa. Then we'll move on and have a conversation about what's taking place in Swaziland. Eswatini is where we saw some violence towards a referee, and TK has been very much on top of that story and wants to bring that one to you. And then there is so much more when it comes to, for instance, Ligue 1. That is the top league in France, and we will be highlighting a positive story about a coach out of Africa who is now coaching one of the biggest clubs in the French league. And obviously, the French league is right here on your World of Champions. We'll have a little bit of a discussion around Victor Osimhen as well, Nigeria, and what they're doing in terms of preparing potentially to play in the World Cup playoffs, or have they given up that fight? That's a little taste of Soccer Africa, and you know it's going to be spicy, so let me tell you who's on the panel today. And I'm going to start closest to me because she's been fully involved, the wise queen of African football, Ashley Nakwadze. And Ashley has been with the COSAFA Women's Championship taking place here in South Africa. This is where your focus has been. Is this why we haven't seen you for a little while?
No, there's been a lot that has been happening.
Yeah.
First of all, there's COSAFA happening. We've been seeing a lot of squads being announced for WAFCON. A lot of other friendlies happening. Ghana has got a very, very cool friendly that they'll be playing. There's so much football that has been happening.
So we're at the stage now with the COSAFA Women's Championship. We're at the stage of the semi-finals already.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes, we're at the semi-finals now. I just hope that it'll be South Africa versus Zambia in the finals. That's what I'm hoping for. Because I want to see if they're ready for WAFCON.
Now, we know you're from Zambia.
Yes.
Wanting that final just means that you want to lose.
No, because I want to see if both teams are ready. Because I support both of them.
Malawi too, Malawi has been in good form.
Yes, they have. But I'm saying in the finals, I want to see Zambia.
But are the COSAFA sides, do they have anything to do with the side we'll see at the WAFCON? Or is it just the B teams playing in the COSAFA, and maybe one or two from there will get into the WAFCON squad?
Because I think coaches are now very experimental, adding in a lot of fresh legs. So I think COSAFA will play an integral role. But experience always plays a huge role. I hope to see more of the experienced players playing at the WAFCON.
We're coming back to that topic. I want to hear more on what's going on as far as the COSAFA Women's Championship is concerned. At the far post, Coach Suresh Singh. Then right next to him is the man out of Cote d'Ivoire, and that is Mamadou Gueye, the assassin of Abidjan. And at the far post, it's Thomas Kwenaite, and he is our award-winning journalist. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Tom.
Wise men, are you ready?
See? Yep.
Okay, so let's start. Let's have the conversation. 10 years of Gianni Infantino. How has that 10 years been for Africa?
Well, Thomas, remember he took over after the FIFA gate in 2015. We all know what happened there. With
no, we don't. Don't say we all know. 2015 was 10 years ago.
And the FBI and all that kind of scandal. And Infantino stepped in and took over. I think he brought in a lot of good governance reforms, but the main thing was the resources, you know. When you look at the figures in his tenure so far, for Africa, I think in total it's $5 billion. And Africa has got a good share of that, I think $1.5 billion.
You know, I can always tell that you're talking, and then I corner my eyes to Mamadou. And Mamadou's like, yeah, I hear you, but what do you mean?
Everybody remember how Gianni Infantino came in.
Tell me. Don't say
in February 2016.
What did he do?
The election. And one of our own, Tokyo Sekwale, was a candidate.
To become FIFA president.
To become FIFA president.
Yes.
And to the big disappointment of Africa, the day of the election, he threw in the towel.
Tokyo Sekwale pulled out of the race.
He threw in the towel.
But that's how most elections happen. You always
man.
They brief you backstage. You know, they tell you, listen, my friend, rather sit down. We'll find something for you another day, but for now,
but nothing.
Yeah.
After that, people were saying he will be the general secretary, this. But anyway, Gianni Infantino came in. And when he came in also, he appointed the first woman, African woman, as a FIFA General Secretary, Fatma Samoura, which was something very positive. Never happened before in the history of FIFA.
What has he done for women's football? Has he been an impressive leader when it comes to taking the women's game to the next level, as we look at him here with President Donald Trump of the USA as they discuss and put together the World Cup coming up in a few months?
I think there's a lot of things that have been done with women's football. I'll start off first. Just a few months ago, we had the first time the FIFA Under-17 World Cup Women's was in Morocco. That was great for Africa. I mean, that's development football already. Bringing such a huge tournament to Africa was a great plus. But more so, the expansion of women's football at the last New Zealand-Australia World Cup, we had 32 teams. And now, 2031, it will be expanded again to 48. So there's been a lot of things that have happened around in women's football. Just the money itself has increased. We've seen a lot of other global tournaments that have happened. The FIFA Club World Cup also was very, very interesting, that happened last year. There's been so many things that he's done, even with the FIFA Forward program. I'm a huge fan of the FIFA Forward program, mainly because from the Zambian side, we've hugely benefited from it.
What is it?
And I think
gives money. Not you don't need to give me but FIFA Forward is giving money.
It gives money to every
association.
every association gets that money, and it's up to you to know how to use it. And mainly,
Honestly, they get it on condition they comply with certain things,
100
technical things, technical center.
Yes.
So there used to be the gold project before under Blatter. Infantino came in a much improved model of the forward program, but you've got to comply. For me, Thomas, the master stroke he made was bringing someone like Arsene Wenger on the technical side.
You know,
And that has transformed.
I hear all of you, TK. The only thing, I heard that. That's all nice. The only thing is the World Cup, the actual FIFA World Cup. And Gianni Infantino took us from 5 places to 9.5 places. That's it. Done. You're good for Africa. Thank you very much. All the other things are just
Nobody used to complain about that, but now we have 10.
No, but
I hear you guys. And I hear all the flowers that are being
they're giving flowers. The World Cup is the only thing we care.
I hear you.
don't say World Cup is the only thing with him. There's a lot of things that have happened since.
I still believe, despite all that, Gianni has this tendency to shoot himself in the foot. One, he created a FIFA Peace Award and gave it to Donald Trump. I mean,
But that's just one thing in 10 years, TK.
But secondly, I still feel Gianni needs to do more to combat racism in football.
Well,
I think
Considering what he took from the 10 years before, I think there's a lot of positives. Because before him, we know what happened. Like what Judes was saying.
There's been terrible for football, not
No, he wasn't. But wait, reputational damage. There's been huge reputational damage that has happened since, and believing in the FIFA brand. There's been so much.
Because we know Blatter was good for Africa, right?
He really was. Because we had the World Cup here.
South Africa.
But I'm saying reputational damage afterwards. There's been so many things that have happened after that have still maintained the FIFA brand to be the biggest tournament.
To his credit, Gianni Infantino is aware of the power wielded by Africa as a continent.
100%.
And that is why he's so close to Africa. Because he knows
voting power.
He's got voting power.
Voting power.
54
votes just coming.
The CAF president came out
quarter of the votes
to congratulate. The CAF president came out to congratulate Gianni on his 10th anniversary with lot of praise and lot of critics. Hey, what is Gianni doing in Africa all the time? But I am impressed. Gianni attend all the CAF events. WAFCON, African Nation Cup, club football.
Even Chan, yes.
54 votes are from here.
Chan, but there are 54 votes also in Europe.
No, but
yes.
This is a strong bloc.
No, there are 54 votes in Europe, and he's a European. And
he's a European, but he's not assured of all 54.
Hey, my friend.
Whereas in Africa, he knows that all 54.
No. Gianni is the
Asia and Africa, and you voted all the time, every time.
Gianni is the 9th president of FIFA. Did you see any other continent there? They are all European.
Except for
Avalanche.
Avalanche is European.
No, but
he emigrated
passport.
He had two passports. He had 2 passports.
He grew up there in Brazil.
He moved from Belgium to
So
but it shows the power block.
My point is...
Are you happy with Gianni?
No, my point is the European will always dominate FIFA have their own there. I started by saying our own. Throw in the towel.
Okay, and you know what? Maybe Mamadou has a point, because we were sent this video by FIFA, and it was talking about Gianni Infantino. And I mean, those of you with an eagle eye will notice that there are some huge names contributing to this particular video. Tell us what you think on hashtag #SoccerAfrica after you've seen what they have to say.
Former players and referee Pierluigi Collina spoke about FIFA President Gianni Infantino's tenure as the Italian celebrates his upcoming 10th anniversary in the role.
For me, there's no doubt that since Gianni took over, everything has improved, and it has been beneficial for football in competitions, in bringing countries together, in getting more countries into the World Cup. That's been a great success. People are more interested in the World Cup. Everything has been better, so congratulations to Gianni and his working group.
I believe I'm qualified to say, as I worked with Gianni Infantino for longer than he is the FIFA president, that he remains fully committed to protect and develop football for everybody in every part of the world.
Look, Gianni is somebody who wants to move forward, and he's always open to new ideas. And I'm grateful for he was a huge supporter of my suggestions to educate the players in the academies, in the countries, to develop all the countries. He is conscious that all the countries deserve a chance, and he has helped me to get the funds and to get the funds voted by all the federations to support this program. And I must say he has been a huge supporter of the development program.
Gianni gave to the old people, he gave a dream, right? Because old people can dream to be in the World Cup in the future. 48 teams are very good. In the end, the best we will win. They have a chance to win the World Cup. But imagine Cabo Verde, their dream is incredible.
He is the FIFA president, but for me also, especially during the World Cup, he's maybe the president of the whole world, and that normally makes people like really close people, but he's really open-minded. He have times he gives his time to everyone. He is reliable. People can, also children and fans. He is open for everything, and that makes him for me special. And and last but not least, I think we also have a very good connection because he's a great Inter fan.
Revealing secrets. We didn't know he was a great Inter fan, but now we know from Wesley Sneijder. However,
can I tell you a story before we go there? So in 2021, before the 2023 Women's World Cup, we were part of a workshop under the FIFA fan movement. So it was with Arsene Wenger and two players, one from New Zealand and one from Australia.
You guys had a chance to meet him?
Yes, a chance to meet him virtually through the FIFA fan movement, where you could see how invested they are in women's football and also getting the voice from the players, because they cannot make any decision. This is before the Women's World Cup. They cannot make any decisions before hearing what the players think about it. And it was just very nice to just see and hear that Gianni Infantino is hearing from the fans, from the players themselves, the women's players, and also just from...
Because you got a chance to contribute.
I got a chance to contribute. All the stakeholders were part of it. Even before the branding of the Women's World Cup was there, we were able to select, this is the color that we want to use. What kind of things do the women need in terms of the sanitary? It was just such a nice opportunity to be a part of, and it has been great to see it continue even going forward. Yeah.
So you're getting a consensus here in studio that Gianni Infantino seems to be the man who's doing the correct things. How long is Gianni still likely to be president?
So 2031.
That's a long way still to go.
Remember, he came in as a sub.
To complete Blatta's tenure.
Yeah.
So he doesn't count that part?
They don't count that, so they go with the proper term.
From when he was officially elected?
Yeah.
Okay, now it makes sense. However, TK, I want to get back to you, because moving on from what you said, you feel he hasn't been doing enough on the racism side? last week we spoke about racism. We spoke about what was going on with Vinicius Jr. and that story that blew up all over the world.
Correct.
And then this last weekend, we're back, still talking racism in football again.
Correct. That is why I feel that for the president of FIFA, perhaps more harsher measures needs to be put in. He has the abilities, he has the power.
Nothing you can do, Tika. What can you do?
He can.
I mean,
Thomas, I agree with Brad.
What can you do?
He can. He as a leader of FIFA.
He is the leader.
What can you do?
The leaders must come with harsher sentences.
Yes.
This is a criminal offense.
Yeah, but he
Put
can't
them in
make
jail.
FIFA can't put you in jail.
Yeah, but come with the.
That's a national.
come with the rules.
That's your country's
Thomas,
problem.
It's like we are paying lip service to this. That's why we're talking about it.
I just don't know what it is.
But come harsher sentence.
Out of curiosity,
Racism is criminal.
What can you do?
Out of curiosity, don't you think maybe racism should be dealt by people who are affected? Maybe it's not taken serious because it's not as the black people or the people of color that are experiencing it.
What do you mean? Vinny Jr. is
No, I'm saying that people who are in the disciplinary committees should be people who relate. Because if you don't relate
they
with
formed
something...
the new committee, racism committee. You remember?
Who's part of the committee? Is it people of color that are in there?
Everybody's in the mix.
Because that's what
There
you can
is
only respond only
nothing
to me.
FIFA can do about it.
You keep saying that. Nothing.
Nothing. These things start within a country.
That is true.
Is FIFA the police of the country? When there is xenophobia in a country, is it FIFA?
No, but there's a difference.
No, it's the same thing.
No, racism and let's leave it. I want to move. I want to tell
what is even worse between black and
I want to tell the story. I want to tell the story here because this last weekend, online racial abuse happened with Hannibal Mejbri and Wesley Fofana with the Burnley and Chelsea match, and then Arokodare as well as Munde from Sunderland. They also This was online,
England,
right? And we saw Meta come out and put a statement to say that they're looking into how to make sure this online racism doesn't take place. But it is a problem. It is taking place. And it happened right after this other scandal. What happened with Gianluca Prestiani and what was going on with Vinicius Jr.?
Yeah,
what happened there?
UEFA came out with swift action. So provisionally, they've given him a one-game ban.
Yes.
While they investigate further. So he didn't play last night when Real Madrid hosted Benfica. And Mourinho had a red card in the previous game, so he was also not on the bench. Mourinho was apparently given a special booth where they do radio transmissions, but he didn't go there. He sat in the bus, apparently. The shocking thing is that up to now, Mourinho has not come out with any statement.
But what must he say?
No, you remember all the comments he made to Vinny and everyone else, and now he's still quiet about it. So, but you could see yesterday the reaction of and the support of Real Madrid.
You want him to change his mind. He's not coming. He's not going to come and say anything.
You know, for me,
he said it already.
For me, he missed the golden opportunity to show his leadership quality.
What he thought.
But he didn't take the right.
I want to tell you what Wolves have said here. Wolves have said Telu has our full and unwavering support. No player should be subjected to such hatred simply for doing his job. We stand firmly alongside him and alongside all footballers who are forced to endure this abuse from anonymous accounts acting with apparent impunity. Sunderland then went on to say they're appalled by the vile abuse of Mundle received after his substitute appearance against Fulham. And the comments just keep coming and coming and coming, TK.
Yeah.
And I mean, if it's online and then it's happening in the stadium and it's happening from players on the field, I don't know anymore.
No, but we were talking that that FIFA has introduced the 3 steps, you know, in terms of...
Yeah, but this is online now.
I hear you. But then the club also has a duty, as long as FIFA, as the head, can come up with guidelines and harsher sentences. And no, they are not harsh enough. I mean,
FIFA cannot.
If you can have people like Mourinho
overrule the constitution of Portugal, the constitution of South.
No, but you're right.
Yes.
But in a game, use that punish the club because the club knows who's the supporter.
You punish.
So use the two-pronged approach. Use football to educate people.
How many times the European Union overruled UEFA? Many times. Now this is a problem.
FIFA needs to
Far
come down
deeper.
harsh.
Hit the clubs hard, hit the players hard.
Yes.
It is
And then
far
it is
deeper
up to
than
FIFA.
FIFA.
It is, but
It is
we know you
and
can
I know this,
society
and we're not going to
problem.
fix it
That
on
is
this show.
true.
Yeah, it's
either.
a society
I just wanted to
problem.
highlight
Use
issues.
football positively to impact on this.
Absolutely. I want to stay with FIFA very quickly. There's a story that has nothing to do with Africa, but I love the story.
Yeah.
And it's
Tell us,
out of
tell us.
Maldives, right? So they play in the Asian Football Confederation, right?
The holiday place, eh?
Yes, but in that league, there's a club called Green Street and there's a club called FC Valencia. Last day of the season, they don't play the final games on the last day of the season, right? They don't play everyone at the same time.
Yeah.
So Valencia FC had played a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
They now know that if Green Street FC lose by 4 goals on the last day of the season, then we survive and Green Street go down. You know what Green Street did?
Tell us.
They didn't show up for the game. And what that meant is that if you don't show up, it's 3-0. 3 goals.
So they escaped by 1 goal.
Having to worry about the 4.
That is so
That's
funny.
clever.
That is very clever.
That's very smart.
It's not clever, guys. It's cheating.
It's very
cheating.
smart.
It is cheating,
Very
but then
smart.
it's a very smart,
As long
clever way
as
of
the
doing
league
it.
does not feature the last games of the season on the same day at the same time.
I'm sure now they will do that.
Now they will, now they know. Now they know.
But you can't. They said diarrhea, flu, all the players are sick. But the match was done. Listen, it's 3-0
exactly.
and 3 points if we don't show up. If
Three goals.
If
Three
we
goals.
show up, we could get 4 or 5.
It means they were going to get hammered
Exactly.
there. Eh?
That was
But they've
very
actually
funny.
said they're taking it to FIFA. They're going to see. So let's see what.
Wow.
Now you're going to say it's a FIFA problem again.
They
But
said,
they might take it to FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA controls football, so
Yeah, FIFA
They must
cannot
answer.
solve it. On top of FIFA, the countries are there
yes, and the
with their
confederation.
laws. Every citizen, every person working in that country must abide
I have
by
a
the
problem
law.
with all of you here, though. Because instead of saying
Okay.
that's cheating, you all said that's clever.
That's smart.
No, but it's cheating.
No, it's very smart.
cheating, but it's
Tell
smart
me,
as long
tell
as they
me.
don't show up.
Tell me.
Dark arts.
After what they did, were they relegated?
So
They survived, didn't they?
The objective.
They achieved their objective.
It's
They
others why they
survived
do
Without
the
kicking
dark
a
arts.
ball.
without even kicking a ball. They survived.
Thomas, it's others
And had
who,
they kicked
what's
the ball?
feeling
Maybe
that
they would have-
who are the
they
kind
would have
of
lost the
It
game.
sounds wrong. We're going
Had-
to,
had they
we're going
kicked
to
the
a quick
ball?
break. Just fascinated by the story. After the break, there's still more on Soccer Africa. Stay with us. That has really got us very concerned about what's happening across the border in Eswatini. TK has deep roots in terms of the football in Eswatini. You're passionate about it, TK. You brought that to our meeting on Monday. You said this is something we have to talk about.
Yeah.
What is it? What happened? A referee is now injured after a big match.
Yeah, a referee, Kelu Musa, they call the referee. He was chased around the field by Mbabane Highlanders supporters after they lost 1-0 to Singizini in a cup game. Yes, Ingwenyama Cup game, last 16. They got eliminated immediately after Singizini scored the goal at about the 89th minute or referee's optional time. Mbabane Highlanders supporters invaded the pitch. What happened is Mbabane Highlanders were complaining about this.
They want a penalty.
They wanted a penalty.
No
here,
penalty given.
unaware that the linesman had actually raised his flag for an infringement.
Other side, they score. Boom.
The other side they scored, and then they said no. Referee owe us a penalty that side, and he was supposed to have, called for a penalty, unaware that there was an infringement, and the linesman had raised his flag before that incident.
So who were the ones? And let me find this out because we've got a top journalist and he is the Financial Times editor in Eswatini, Lwazi Dlamini, joining us on the line. He's going to give us a sense of what happened there because, Lwazi, welcome to Soccer Africa. What happened next? Was it the players? Was it the coaching staff? Was it the fans that attacked the referee? What happened?
Thanks for having me, Thomas. What happened was that the first assistant referee had put up his flag for an infringement on the Nsingizini defender Kingsley Kwai. And the referee took time to notice that flag. And then the striker went forward and the goalkeeper came, made a tackle. And the reaction from the fans, I think they were complaining about the penalty. But the assistant referee had already flagged for the infringement. And then Nsingizini scored in the 91st minute, the first minute of the 3 minutes at a time. And immediately the fans then went to the pitch to attack the referee.
So it was fans. It was the supporters.
It was the fans, yes. It was the supporters, yes.
So what now? I mean, how is the referee, first of all? And what is being discussed in the powers of Eswatini football to make sure that this doesn't happen?
The referee was beaten to a pulp, man, which is very sad. What happened today was that the case was being heard today, and then it was postponed because Babana Islanders were saying they're still trying to gather more evidence to defend themselves. But they are facing 3 charges, including 100,000 Malangeni fine, and of course they are going to forfeit the match.
Lwazi, if I may ask, is it true that before the game, Nsingizini actually wrote to the PLE imploring them to feature the match at the more secure Somhlolo Stadium? These are just rumors that we hear, but we want to find out if this is true. Do you know if this is true?
Yes, I think he had raised the alarm to say that pitch is an open stadium, so in terms of safety, it's not okay. And the only stadium that we have, which has all the safety requirements, is Somhlolo National Stadium. They had raised this because the previous week the teams had played each other, and Nsingizini 1-4-2. So obviously the cup game, the Ingwenyama Cup game, was going to be a very, very intense match, and then Nsingizini won again. Maybe one should raise this. Nsingizini is this is their 4th season in the Premier League, and they've already won the league. They've played in the CAF Confederation Cup. They've played in the CAF Champions League, and they've won 2 tournaments. Maybe this kind of success is creating enemies for them.
But it shouldn't involve the referee, and it shouldn't involve violence, and it shouldn't involve what you've described to us. What is the potential penalty? What is the worst case scenario? Or even in your own mind, what do you think should happen if found guilty?
Thomas, there's no justification for violence. And I think Nsingizini should be allowed to go to the next round, which is the quarterfinals. And there should be a huge fine, or even identify those Highlanders fans, because one of them even appeared in court.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you see, this is starting to, you see now the AFCON and Senegal walking off the field because we don't like the decision and violence happening. It's creeping around.
It happened.
Because this is a photocopy of the same situation. We don't like the decision that side of the field. We get an opportunity that side. This one is a goal, not a penalty. And there's no Panenka involved, but it's the same thing. And now suddenly we have to stand up and be violent. We cannot allow it. And if there's a problem, that's the one we need to deal with, is that the referee's decision is final. Why are we now suddenly in an age where that is not acceptable anymore when it comes to football fans?
It's becoming contagious throughout the continent. We've seen it last weekend in Egypt, in many places. That's why the CAF president Motsepe, in his last press conference, said they are going to revise the statute of CAF so that they will be able to punish club and people accordingly.
Can I tell you whose fault it is?
Who?
VAR.
Why VAR?
No, but
it's VAR's fault.
There is no
Eswatini,
VAR.
there was no
in the minds of people now that
they think that VAR,
because there's VAR in the,
they don't believe in
there's
referees.
a better decision somewhere. You know, no, the referee's decision, no, because VAR will sort it out. VAR must sort it out. Now we don't listen to the ref. The ref is like, no, we don't care about you. What does VAR say?
But also
the bottom line is that the image of the game was badly tarnished in Eswatini.
Yeah.
Very
on the
badly.
continent. You said it. You told me it was picked
Across
up
the
globally.
continent. Yes, it has. This incident was picked up by BBC, and I mean BBC is a global media.
But how do you allow a league club game to take place in such a condition?
Yeah,
the
that is
stadium has no fence, no
Because
boundaries,
there's no fences allowed in football.
no boundaries.
No,
it's
but
open field.
Security.
Yeah, because it's okay.
It's open field.
It's
not
okay.
okay.
No way.
What was bad was those shots fired. One of the pictures that I had seen.
No, it's nasty. So
Yeah, it was really, really bad. Like,
Exactly.
it was so bad.
They played a week ago, and they were warning that it's going to be problem. And the league
because it's a category A game, and they felt that this
should have
league
taken it to the national
it should have been taken to the national stadium. But there are some guys in Eswatini who say because Eswatini National Stadium charge 10,000 emalangeni to hire the stadium. Maybe these are rumors that we hear. Maybe the PLE felt that to hire the national stadium, which is safer, would be saving a little more money. And now,
sorry, I need to release you because the guys here are in top form, are the wise men. But is there any news, I think more importantly, on how the referee is doing?
I'm told he's recovering, but whether he's going to continue officiating is another story altogether.
Because of his injuries, or because mentally you don't think he can see himself doing this again?
Yeah, when it happened, I think when the same thing happened about 3 years ago, one of the referees in Bongen then retired after the incident, but he wasn't hurt like this one.
So, as I listen to you, I'm going to have to say then, is this something that's in Eswatini football? Is it part of the culture of your game?
No, not really.
You're telling me 3 years ago a referee was attacked. Now 3 years later another referee is attacked. And I'm starting to hear that this is something, and you're telling me it's the same thing. He might retire, this ref might not continue. It sounds like there's a problem.
Yeah, I think the onus is on those that were in charge of the game to really categorize the games, because this is an A category game. It can't be played in such a venue that doesn't have any safety features.
I hear you, Lwazi, and thank you very much for joining us. There he is, Lwazi Dlamini, Eswatini Financial Times editor, and a man really involved in the sporting side of things and giving us a sense of what is happening there. But at the end of the day, guys, we should be able to play a football match where we need no security. We should. I mean, why are we saying the venue needs to be the most...
In which world are you living?
Do we need...
In which world? Today's world?
What are you saying?
Today's world?
What are you saying?
You talking playing...
So we must play in prison. We must play on prison. We can't just go...
Unless you change the world. Today's world. I think the only thing CAF must do now is to start inspecting where the league games are taking place.
I don't think you're telling me what we need to change. What needs to change is us as football fans. The rules are there. We all understand. We're going to watch a game. I could lose. I could win. If I go there with that in my mind, then it's okay if I lose and I go home and we cry and we have a drink and we say...
There's a lot of there's people betting on these games. There's people who... There's a lot of money just match day. So people have bet on the game. And then now the other team scores. The fans are passionate and are worried about the fact that they've lost. There's a lot of things that are happening.
In an ideal world, league, the captain of Juventus, I mean, they just went out to Osimhen late goal. After that, he went to apologize to the fans and said they gave it the best. They were okay and they're happy with that. And they lost at home, a big club like Juventus. So what Thomas is saying, we need to have that pride again in the game. Fair play. Know that it's a game you're going to lose.
What I just said, I'm saying our problem here, like for us in Africa, a lot of people are betting on these games.
That's a global issue.
No, but I'm saying here.
But that doesn't give you the license to go beat up a referee when you seem to bet on losing.
The reasons why people are doing all of these things, there's so many reasons towards it, which goes back to the club management.
But also the league. They should, the safety protocols, game management, this is a high
look at here with the job every game here.
In place.
Go and ask the Senegalese supporters. They will show you.
Yeah, but even there, I see the government is coming.
I'm moving on.
I'm moving on. The club that played, I think within, is that the club AM?
Babane Highlanders AM. I think it is the club where Mamkize, the former Royal AM president, is also, involved, I think, as chairperson of.
Because I remember that they changed the name a bit and put in AM somewhere there.
I tried to get in contact with the team today. I couldn't get anybody to respond to me.
I'm going to move on from this topic. I want to move on to staying in the South. Benny McCarthy coming out with a very interesting comment. And he was speaking about Victor Osimhen, right? And talking about how Victor Osimhen did not get the opportunity to play for Manchester United because of the Africa Cup of Nations. I was like, what is Benny saying?
Yeah, I think Man United have made it known in the past that they are reluctant to sign African players because at the most critical stage of the championship, they will have to release those players to go and represent their countries at the Africa Cup of Nations. And except for perhaps Quinton Fortune, he's the lucky one who managed to play for Manchester United, and they had to release him during the AFCON.
Benny was very much.
I think,
but there is Ahmad who is playing.
No, that's now. Benny was very much involved with.
Onana was playing. There's Brian Mbeumo, so it depends also on the coaches.
Now, recently.
But under Ten Hag, Benny McCarthy was involved in obviously the technical team there under Ten Hag at Man United, and he goes on to say that there were discussions, and Victor Osimhen was highly praised for what he was doing. But he says, and I'm quoting Benny McCarthy here, according to the BBC, if you spend £100 million on a player, you don't want to lose him for AFCON. I think he could have been very successful at United, but AFCON was a big stumbling block. Losing him for so many important matches, the team suffers not having the main striker there. Which then goes back again to Dr. Patrice Motsepe as we look at Victor Osimhen scoring in the Champions League here in an unbelievable match where Galatasaray see off Juventus in this one. But it goes back to what Dr. Patrice Motsepe was saying, which was, this is why we're moving AFCON out of the way of January, February, and because it's not just affecting the clubs. It's affecting a player like this who isn't considered for a role at a club and a job because he has to play Africa Cup of Nations.
Yes, Benny said it here on Soccer Africa. He was sitting here telling us about what you just said now about the African players in Manchester United. And that's why I was saying here, the fact that AFCON is moving every 4 years, it means
and to June and July.
Yes, it means more pocket for our foreign players, our players trading in Europe. And all the big money they are making there is coming back to Africa. I gave the example of Sadio Mane. What is doing, transforming alone an entire village, giving a monthly allowance to each family in the village. Now you want to deny him that, to come and play for Bafana or whatever, Senegal, then to get your bonuses even, you have to fight. Come on. Then let us look at the bigger picture. I think the CAF president, as a true businessman, can see what is good for the players and for the game at all.
Staying with Nigeria, Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
Next month, if you want to see him playing, where will we see him playing, TK? Will we see him playing in the FIFA playoffs to get to the World Cup?
No.
Or
in Jordan. Nigeria Super Eagles have arranged a friendly game with Jordan. I think they somehow realize that they are chasing a lost cause.
What are they chasing? What's the story?
They have launched a protest against the DRC, who eliminated them from the playoffs.
Right.
To go to the FIFA World
So there's
Cup.
this last opportunity to get to the World Cup. That half place.
That half place.
That you play now in March.
Hey.
And when you get through that playoff, you could qualify for the World Cup. Now, Nigeria did not get that opportunity. DRC beat them and now is in that position to play in that playoff.
Now they've arranged some friendly games against Jordan, who are going to the World Cup, by the way. And they needed an African to test, the strength of an African country. So they said, Nigeria, come, let's play. And Nigeria accepted, So now I kind of feel they also sense that, that little chance of going to the World Cup.
So the Super Eagles of Nigeria are the sparring partners. Like, come, we need to practice against a team that's not going to the World Cup.
Against an African
This
opponent.
is Jordan.
This is Jordan.
Jordan saying that. We need
Qualifying for the first time for the World Cup.
What can we find who's not going to the World Cup?
And they spotted Nigeria and said, Super Eagles.
Because you almost went there.
Because at least you almost went there. Come.
Nigeria alone.
No, I want to know about the appeal. I'm leaving it. PK is having too much fun. You're having too much fun.
No, leave them. Give them a
too much fun.
You know what?
But I want to know about the appeal. The appeal is still pending. FIFA have not said whether Nigeria's appeal against the DRC and the use of players with dual passports and whether that is relevant or something they're going to consider or not.
But the mere fact that there's only 2 or 3 weeks left before the playoffs get underway. So Nigeria realized that no, there's no way we win in this. So we might as well, honor the invitation from Jordan and who want to spar with the
let's wait for FIFA to decide. You remember the point deducted to Bafana. It was at the 11th hour.
My friend.
Yes.
You can't.
But you can't accept it if you're waiting. If you're waiting to say, okay, listen, like you get a call. Hey, this is Jordan. We'd like to play a game against you. If you get that phone call, you can't say, yeah, we're coming. You say, no, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for FIFA. I can't accept.
But Nigeria can line up 3 national teams. What is the problem?
The one that Jordan wants is the real.
You can send anything there. And all of them are big names trading in zero.
Jordan wants to play full test.
Remember, it's a full
How do you know that in the contract with Jordan says we want your 80? How do you know that in the contract when they were looking for sparring partners and Nigeria agreed, they said you must bring your 18.
It's like when you invite Argentina, you want Messi. You don't say,
Messi was in Angola just
Argentina.
Messi was in Angola just a few months ago.
25 million.
Because the Angolans specified that you come with Messi.
That's why they paid $25 million.
And then they paid whatever.
For a friendly.
So how do you know Jordan also said to Nigeria, listen,
leave Nigeria now.
You bring Victor Osimhen and Lookman and all of them. We want them.
But depending on the money, if it's $25 million, can you get it at the World Cup?
No way.
Then you go for
qualifying
the
already. You get that.
Then you go for the friendly, like
Spa with
Messi went to Angola for that money.
Back to the topic. FIFA is still considering the appeal. Is that the case?
Yes.
So the DRC are not out of the woods yet until FIFA says we're done.
Everybody is waiting.
We're still waiting
for the final whistle of FIFA.
And the final whistle of the referee in this case is FIFA, and that final decision is the final decision.
Still, there is the court of arbitration.
Oh, wow.
If you're not happy with FIFA, you go to the court of arbitration.
But TK was right. We've just got a few weeks to go to the playoff.
I think the best thing here that DRC should just go and win those playoffs, because if they do not get to the World Cup, I think that would be so embarrassing. After all of this mess, Nigeria would just be like, then what was that?
But wait until FIFA decide that it's DRC.
No,
I don't think there's any decision.
Don't speak for Nigeria. Have already given up. They've accepted to spar with
But
Jordan.
depending on the money that is there by men, you spoke about money. If there is 25 million.
It's not that. That we were talking about Angola and Argentina.
Yeah, but you don't know how much money is there.
No, but I know that
It's
Nigeria
Jordan.
have given up already
No
because they've
way.
accepted
That's what he's saying.
No way.
Listen to what the man is saying.
No
You can't accept
way.
2 invitations. You can't be planning to go to that
Go
party,
to the
but
playoffs.
I'm inviting this one to come to my house.
Hey, we've seen Morocco playing the FIFA Arab Cup. They won 3-4 days before AFCON. What are you talking
That's a
about?
big team.
Break time.
Eh?
We're going to a
But,
break.
it's still
There's
Morocco.
more on Soccer Africa coming your way after this. Stay with us.
Watch it for years. A lot of African players are showcased, and now we're getting African coaches being showcased there.
You know, the amazing part of the story is that he was just fired because he was coaching at Rennes.
Rennes.
Lost 4 games in a row at Rennes before the firing, and Rennes said, no, thank you, we're done, it's enough. And then Roberto De Zerbi, he lost 5-0 against PSG when he was coaching for Marseille. After the 5-0, they said, no, De Zerbi, we're okay. And they go and fetch Habib Bey. And one of the reasons is he's a legend of the club.
Yeah.
4 seasons
Former player.
he played at Marseille. They say, you understand the club. Maybe they looked at Man United and said, let's get a former player. Let's get a former player. Look what happened at Man United. We'll bring him in. And that's what they've done. But the result hasn't been immediate. He lost the opening game.
Yeah, he lost the opening game because he came in 24 hours before
What's your excuse?
the game. And Habib Bey captained Marseille for many years. And also Marseille is a very special club in France where many Africans made their trade, like Didier Drogba.
Abedi Pele.
Yes, and Marseille was, and even the Ivorian Basile Boli. Now, remember also Marseille had, is one of the French clubs that had the African president, a Senegalese president, Pape Diouf, in 2005 to 2009. Pape Diouf as a president of Marseille. Marseille is really open to African. And I think...
How do you think he'll do? How do you think he'll do at the club?
He's at home. He will do extremely well. And I think that they gave him free hand. They trust him. And for sure next season, he's going to recruit his own players and beef up the team.
I think he knows the culture. He knows the traditions. He knows the ways around Marseille. And as you say, he's captained the team. He knows what needs to be done for Marseille to be successful. And maybe that's the reason why they went for him. And I'm sure I agree with Mamadou. I
Before
think
he
he will
got
be
the
successful.
job, Nigeria coach Eric Shelley had put his name in. And that's where there's an issue with the Nigerian Football Federation with him and renegotiating the contract. Because they say he's under contract to Nigeria, and yet he put his name in for the Marseille job, you know?
Habib Bey got the job. Man who's been to 4 Cup of Nations and also played his football with Newcastle as well as Aston Villa. Now, the head coach of one of the big clubs in one of the top 5 leagues in the world, and that is Habib Bey at Marseille. Look out for his performances, and every time you see Marseille playing and you see a result, know that there's an African in charge and he's doing his absolute best to fly the flag for the continent. Now, Soweto Derby, one of the biggest matches in the world, 90,000 people, and if you believe what happened with the last Soweto Derby, 110,000 people managed to get into the stadium. What are you expecting? And you've been in South Africa so many years now. Maybe you can give the rest of the continent a sense of what your experience was when you experienced the Soweto Derby, Chiefs and Pirates.
Listen, because I'm a Chiefs fan, my first ever Soweto Derby experience, Chiefs lost. But overall, it's a very great tournament. I love that it's a continental brand, because now as we're speaking, a lot of Zambians have traveled and a lot of Namibians
You've gone to the game.
I've gone to the game.
What was that like?
That's what I'm saying. The first game that I went to, Chiefs lost.
I know, but was that the only thing you remember?
For me. But then the atmosphere there is incredible. It's sick. I don't think there's anything like this in Southern Africa, in Africa on its own, because this is more than a tournament. It's an experience from just what Khalid Black Label does with it, from just what both Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates do with it. They just go all out. So from a fan's perspective, this is a must-attend tournament.
And now we're talking the Betway Premiership, right?
Yes.
This is the league encounter. It's for 3 points. But I'm trying to get what it felt like.
I'm telling you that it's.
I mean, we've grown up with it.
Sick. It's sick. It's. You have to experience it to be able to explain what the feeling is. Just the goosebumps, just as you're walking in. I've never seen anything like this. It's sick.
You know, Peter
So
side.
for those of you who are a little bit older, sick means good.
It's good. It's beyond
fans
good.
who
It's
came
incredible.
from Zambia today.
Like right now, they're there. Yeah.
I know some Namibians who have also flown in
It's
today.
friends of mine, and they're friends of the show, by the way. They're friends of Soccer Africa.
Is it?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Ida Peter side said the first time he visited South Africa, he stayed at St. Pam's place. St. Pam was with Orlando Pirates at the time.
Player for Orlando Pirates. at the
Yes,
time.
St. Pam left him tickets to attend the game because he had to go to camp with Pirates. So Ida took those tickets and he went to the stadium. His first experience of a game in South Africa was the derby. And he describes it as he said he had goosebumps when he was there. And then he decided on the spot that this is where I want to play my
Can you see? Look at my goosebumps here as we're talking about it, Thomas.
Look, when Philippe Troussier came in 93 to coach Kaizer Chiefs, I was around all the time. The message was, lose all the league games. One game you cannot lose is the derby. Lose everything. The derby you cannot lose.
This is the meeting to discuss with Troussier.
Yes.
Say, Coach, you're new. We understand. But this one
you
one
cannot lose. Lose everything else. This one. That's how important the derby is. Unfortunately for Chief, they don't have coach.
Where?
They don't have coach.
They've got two coaches.
If you don't have coach,
They've got two coaches. Cedric Kazi as well as Khalil Ben Yusuf. They've got two coaches right now.
Those ones
Yes.
that were supposed to follow Nabi. Nabi left them behind.
Continuation. You understand?
With continuation in failing.
Continuity.
In failing.
Thomas, leave Mamadou. Let's get back to the derby there.
It is the derby.
109 time they're playing in a league game.
Yes.
Since 1970. And Chiefs have had the upper hand. They've won 45 of that.
Yeah, but that's
Pirates have
long
won
ago
27.
history. I mean, the last 2 seasons in the league, Pirates have won home and away.
Chiefs have won 45 of those.
But that, I'm saying recent history. Home and away, the last 2 seasons in the league, Pirates have won.
Current form, yeah. Mamadou
What other
could be
form
right,
counts?
okay.
What other form counts?
But you're trying to tell him maybe Chiefs will be solid. They've got 2 coaches on the bench.
No, but
Also,
you say they were
now.
winning.
They have continental.
They were
feeling
winning
right now.
because
can
they
come and
had
win
the
this.
head coach.
And now
You have assistants of Nabi. Nabi is talking to them over the phone how to coach.
No, Mamadou, they are the coaches, man.
My friend.
Cedric Kazi is a highly qualified
Come
guy.
Saturday, you will see who's got a coach, who doesn't have a coach.
You think there's players on the field, incredible players on the field. You want to tell me about the coach is the only influence out there? There's 11 against 11. Forget what's happening on the sideline.
My friend, the coach is the mastermind, is the head, is the manager, how they call it in England, is everything.
My experience of the derby is that you just cannot guess who will win.
So
anybody on the day can win the game.
What's your prediction?
My prediction is that Pirates will win.
You just said you can't guess, and now you just
Hey, Brati, you
just really played him.
But
you just did. You just did it.
You set him up there.
It's impossible. No, I think, so clearly this one is not that case. Maybe with Mamadou, you're saying the Chiefs are the underdogs in this game.
I think Chiefs seems to be lacking confidence this last couple of days. They lose games where you least expect them to lose, and I think they go. Even though I know that the derby is difficult to predict, but I have a feeling Pirates will get the better.
And watch this. I'm going to give Mamadou the final opportunity. And Mamadou, TK says that they're lacking confidence at Kaizer Chiefs. That's his view. Who gives players confidence at a football club?
The coach. The coach.
So you have two
Good night,
coaches to give them more confidence.
We'll see you next week. This has been South Africa. You've been updated.